And the Big Orange ready to do battle. And only in Tennessee do you get a sight like this. Not only are the end zones checkered, so too the crowd, a mirror image to prove that they will give their all for Tennessee. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Tennessee's offense takes the field for the first time today. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
He's got it on the right, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route run. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. You got to get him involved.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Convert that 3rd down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
You do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, that you watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down. You throw the quick timing slant. Now, everybody settle in. We're good. We got this.
He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Volunteers are marching down the field. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Got his man on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Westbrook. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
Fires to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physical...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown ball!
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So the Texas Longhorns offense will go to work for the first time. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. And running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Going to the ground. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking downfield, it's Manning. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Volunteers! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. Oh, look out! And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Throws for the tight end. And the pass is intercepted. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered. Job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
They'll go 4 wide, twin receivers on either side on 2nd and 6. Grab near the sticks. It's Alexander. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Vols want to move quickly. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
That's a pretty impressive throw, man. That's given me Peyton Manning to Peerless Price memories back when I was watching them, playing against them in college. That was a thing of beauty right there. There's a nice chemistry that this quarterback has with this group of wide receivers, and you see that in the timing of these throws.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Uncorks it. Snags it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. He's looking to throw. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Lewis. And he will score! Touchdown, Tennessee!
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 21 over the Sharks. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Scanning the field, it's Manning. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
He's got the tight end.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll run play action. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Lewis. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the yoke. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Power football with the run. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Throws to the back. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Finds a crease at the 20. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Gets it out quickly. Touchdown ball! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This tight end is such a weapon when you get down in this area of the field. Beautiful job on that touchdown catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Trying play action. Got him downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. They keep attacking through the air. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Coming after it. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it on the outside, it's Moore. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Gibson. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Makes the grab over the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Makes the grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Lining up for the PAT. The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's caught. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. On first down, the quarterback sneak. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And can you imagine the adrenaline and momentum boost you'd get from getting a touchdown on the final play of the half? Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. He's already made 1 field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And guys, this will stay a 24-point game.
Texas 7.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful start to things in Knoxville here today. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
And the Vols will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I'm starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football and making sure I was in bounds.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Finds a man on the left. And he's running in the open. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. A first down run in the red zone. pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Gonna let it fly. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. He's going to pass. Looking left. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd down.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line. Gonna run it. It's Lewis. They bring him down, and he's gonna lose a yard on that one. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. It is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
That makes the score Tennessee 34, Texas 7.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Got it, looking for the 1st down. At the 45, on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Get set! Get set!
Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Washington. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Longhorns are on the move. To the air on first down. Unleashes one deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The bad news on that play is an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down. The Longhorns look to do some damage in the red zone. Looking for a man. It's Manning. He's got it and still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
The Longhorns will try to put one on the board on first and goal.
Green 25. Ready.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on second and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. It's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Jacksonville State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Got his man in the middle. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. On target to the left. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Finds his big tight end. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Vols with the 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Duarte. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Come on, set.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He's got his man. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. And the Vols will hustle to the line. He wants to throw it again. Lets it fly. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Texas offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Shoots it to the left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. Gets it out fast. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He makes a catch to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. To the air, it's Manning. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. They're going to throw it again. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Fires to the big fella. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cole. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He makes the connection. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Manning. He wants it all. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. How about utilizing the fullback and picking up just little snippets of yardage in the passing game?
Yeah, it was kind of a positive play. Listen, it goes on the completion side of things, so the completion percentage goes up for the quarterback, and the big fella gets a touch, and we keep him happy, and now we go, all right, let's get back to blocking, bud.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Quickly to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Volunteers! And the pummeling has started.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stings, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. He wants to pass it on second down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And with that turnover, that'll finish the game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You've got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.